Your Fox Carolina First Alert weather.
Well, we're still tracking a couple of severe thunderstorms, one in far northern Pickens County and the other just south of Lake Lure. Neither of these is moving very fast. And notice much of the upstate just hot and dry. But we do have these two cells, this one kind of breaking up into two, one in Polk County and one in Henderson County at this time. And again, mainly south of Lake Lure. Let's get a closer look at this one that's been hanging out near Table Rock. Now it's near Lakemont. It's just very slowly drifting eastward. So could make it toward Cleveland, Slater, Marietta. This one's been weakening though. Some gusty winds still possible with it, lightning and heavy downpours. This one though is the stronger of the two, but it's also weakening just a bit. Could be putting down some small hail north of Mount Valley, around Blue Ridge. But notice this is just not moving much. It's basically just sprawled between Mill Spring and on the east side of Hendersonville at this time. So we'll be keeping a close eye on both of those. Some trees reported down around Lake Lure from that storm as some gusty wind blew through. And the heat, it's really feeding the thunderstorms. 90 in Spartanburg, 93 in Greenville. All of that heat just acts like fuel to keep them going. And it's humid outside. Our dew points have been well into the 60s, close to 70 in some spots, which is a steamy, almost beachy feel outside. So just kind of aggravates the way it feels when you're stepping out in the 90s. So tonight, it will clear up as we lose the heat of the day. The storms fall apart. 67 in the upstate, clearing in the mountains with low 60s ahead. Now notice at 4 p.m., you know, this is kind of painting a pretty good picture here, initializing well. And then all of that's going to kind of fade out as we go into the late evening hours. But we'll still have a little energy coming in from the west. So we may have some downpours in the mountains as late as 11, midnight, but that's going to fall apart as well. We'll be looking ahead to Friday. Now the energy is going to begin to shift south. So the areas that were favored for storms today will not be. It'll be southward. South of 85 will have a better chance of some thunderstorms. They won't be everywhere and they should move out pretty quickly so that by around 8, 9 o'clock we may have a stray shower left, but overall clouds will clear out and a front is going to bring some much nicer weather, clear for this weekend. Now we're tracking an area of disturbed weather that's likely going to become Alex over the next couple of days as it moves across the Florida peninsula. Notice these models keeping it well off the South Carolina, North Carolina coastlines. This would be Saturday into Sunday. So I think the biggest impact we'd see would be a little bit of high surf, possibly some rip current risk along the Carolina coastline. So this is the next big thing that we'll be watching. Wanted to show you what the model is doing with it. It's all associated, in fact, with the system that's helping to produce the storms for us now. That front is going to hang out by the coast and almost act as a block, keeping the storm from moving into the east coast and just keeping it out to sea. So we like to see that. Take a look at this weekend's forecast. Less humid. We're looking at sunny conditions with temperatures really quite comfortable. We're going to be looking ahead to some really beautiful weather, at least the first half of the weekend. Next 7 days, those storms look a lot more likely for Monday, in fact, as we head into early next week. Sunday actually looking mostly dry. By Tuesday into Wednesday, we'll still see some spotty storm potential, but in the mountains, a few storms possible on Sunday. And then this week, we'll be looking ahead to more of those afternoon storms. It'll become routine for us, I think, after a while, but at least this weekend, not looking too stormy. Of course, you can get your first alert weather forecast anytime at foxcarolina.com. Now let's head to Chris for